So good evening, Opera Omnia. Here we are with another Bishop video, and this one's going to be actually a personal favorite, and I'm glad I got the microphone in time for this one, because if you've seen my icon, it is a sprite of Sabin. So he is, a lot of people say he's my favorite. I don't know if I'd say he's my favorite, but playing these games growing up, what the character that I felt was most literally like me was Sabin. So that's why I use his icon for everything I do. So this one's a bit of a favorite now because he's usable again. He's really good here in Gladiolus LC. I really love the weapon. I'm looking really forward to using him here again. All right, so I have Sabin with his LD. I've got Core because I really enjoy using Core, and then I've got Garland here for a burst. So we're going to start off here. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to let Sabin do the work here to get the defense down instead of wasting one of Core's LDs for this. So right now I'm going to start with the Kurosami buff, and I'm only going to do that one on purpose one time. And so, yeah, I'm going to use the LD here because I want to get a free skill on Garland's S2 the next time, because what I'm going to do here is I'm setting this up. I see that and I'm going to let A attack here one time. So I'm going to set it up so that, you know, he can't break Garland with Core's buff. So I'm going to set up Core here. I'm going to hold off on the Cypher call that I had for Core. All right, so here comes Sabin's LD in order to get the defense reduction back down. Now, a lot of the defense debuffs I'm using here are mainly for Core because he's not really going to cap out. All right, so as you see here, I'm using the free skill here on S2. I'm going to split them up, as I said. Now I'm going to go ahead and delay them one more time here. I'm going to get jacking because I know those buffs will not wear off, because I know after A gets his one attack, these guys are never going to attack again after this. So Jack is set up and ready to go now. Razor Gale coming in for the free skill just to get a delay and get it in. Again, setting up Core. I'm going to do this a lot because I want to try to, later on, I want to try and get it to where Core can get or break the heavy defense a little bit later on, so that when I have Garland Friend in here, I'll be set up and ready to go. So there we go. We're getting an Aura Cannon just to get some power on A. Here comes the attack on A, exactly like I wanted. Now let the fun begin. Here comes Cypher to get the foul debuff on. So we're going to stack a whole bunch of defense down. Those guys are going to get pushed way back. I'm not going to worry about them again. Really going to utilize Snowbreak a lot since they're up. I think I used Moonlight Dawn once or twice because there was such a disparity here with this. All right, so Phantom Rush coming in just to get a good hit there. The big key, don't forget Kurosami coming in here now, so that I'm going to get Horoyo up to the 5th level. And one thing to remember here, because you got to have that for the orb later on, you've got to have the enchanted, or you got to have the elemental delay. So Sabin's actually the one I'm going to replace here in a minute, so I won't technically have any elemental. But with Kurosami's debuff on, the one thing that everybody always forgets, that has an ice imperil on it. So that's going to fall in just beautifully here with Shiva. When I bring that summon in, I'm going to get that delay. I'm going to shoot the orb right up, and it's not going to be anything I'm going to worry about here. All right, so I see A is getting close to bringing in the defense. So I decided to wait. Oh, no, I take that back. I think Garland Garland should bring him to 70 here. And then, oh, wait, there we go, 69. And then, so what I do here, because I notice that Core has a stack of 10 on his overhead. That's why I went ahead and just did Sabin's Razor Gale just to delay him, and then I was going to let Reaper's Gale do the work to destroy the defense buffs there, and then I proceed to start going back to defense stacking. Once I get that, though, this is where it all comes in and why I'm going here with Garland so much. First chance I get here, Sabin is the one I'm going to pull out of this. The Garland friend is the one I'm going to bring in. So I'm setting this up, and it's going to turn out real nice because I'm going to get here after the launch. I'm going to get Garland's friend coming in. And so I'll get the burst effect from the Garland friend. And one thing I really got to say, when you look at the Brave hits, not real powerful coming in here for the Garland friend, but a lot better since I decided to use Cypher's debuff. Probably doubled the amount that those Brave hits had, and that helped out just a little bit. And then here we go. I'm setting up, or I'm going to go with the burst here. I didn't quite play it as clean as I liked. I should have emphasized A little bit more because I was hoping to get, without wasting any of Core's LD, which I ended up doing here. I wanted him to be right at 10 stacks for Reaper's Gale the next time the defense, they put up their defensive barrier as it was coming up. And that's why here you see me using the EX on A, because I'm trying to whittle him down as much as possible in order to make it a little easier. As you see, I'm going to have 6. So it should be coming out of this 7 or 8. I don't remember offhand. Oh, there. So it's going to be 8. And I know here pretty quickly, Core's going to get an attack in right after the burst. All right, so I'm in good shape, like I said, for being able to get A is going to be the guy I'm going to hit. So instead of going with the EX here, I went with Snowflake to get, again, the Reaper's Gale up one more time. And what I probably should have done in that situation was use Moonlight Dawn so that it would be more attacked here on A, because you can see right now Garland's going to get him into 40. And so now I'm going to get, it's going to work out here. I stayed with B, and I should have just went ahead and hit A here. I was way too worried about the disparity in, or the unbalancing there with the levels. Like I said, I should have just went right in with hitting A, because that's where, as you see here now, I get them down here with the Reaper's Gale. Should have did that a little bit sooner. That's why I jump into the summon here, because I'm going to use the LDs now. And then break the defense that way. That's where I made a misplay in that regard. So if you can get it to where Reaper's Gale is going to be up, get that defense shield up, or get those defenses up so that you can use Reaper's Gale to get rid of it. With that, you don't have to waste an LD, because I really didn't want to waste an LD. I did all that at the beginning for that. Now here's where I actually a little bit careless here. I almost was about to go again, and then I realized, oh wait, I can't do that. I've got to delay these guys because the orb is way too low. Like I said, right now Kurosami's debuff is on these guys, so they are ice imperiled. Here comes the delay from Garland's LD. And once it's done, watch the orbs. There they go. So I'm good now. By the time these orbs come down just a little bit more, it's going to be, Sabin will be back in. I can just hit him with Razor Gale, be done with it, and I don't have to worry about it. So at this point, it's just, let's see how much damage I can spew out. I could have hit the LD just to be done with it really here at any time. That's something I could have done. I could have taken some few turns off of this run in order to speed up the process here with that. So like I said, this is how it worked. The biggest thing with this, just to kind of recap, get that Kurosame debuff on. Make sure that Kurosame debuff's on, because like I said, a lot of people forget that that's Ice in Peril. Bring Shiva. Now, granted, if you've got some sort of other Enchanted in Peril you're going to use, that's going to work here. But because I knew I wasn't going to have Sabin, I was going to replace him. Obviously, I'm not going to have that enchanted delay any which way, shape, or form. So this was how I decided to, okay, I'm going to go through this way in order to keep the orb up, make sure it doesn't blow up, because I've got the damage here. This team is just crazy. Really got to say it. Just Garland is just a fantastic character. I know a lot of people like Cloud of Darkness as a friend unit, and again, I've said it before, the follow-ups are great, but I really think that just as an enabler for your party, I think the friend Garland, the burst effect from the friend Garland is just so good. You're just going to get so much more damage. Again, depends on your team. If I was running Lightning Yang, yeah, I'd probably bring Cloud of Darkness as well. I really don't run very often. I do like Lightning, and I have done Lightning and Yang, or if using Terra Yang, that would probably be team for Call of Darkness. But like I said, I think Garland's somebody you really got to keep as a friend, and it's harder and harder for me to find Garland friends because everybody's putting up their Call of Darkness friend. And so I think I went Soul of Chaos, hoping I was going to get a kill here on this. I think I get close. I get him down to 1, and so I was kind of debating. It's like, do I do Snowbreak? Do I do the EX? Because he's kind of, and actually it's funny, now that I'm seeing Core outside of Synergy, you really notice the attack that he doesn't have. So there we go. That is the completion of the Gladiolus chapter, Lufenia, with Sabin. I appreciate you watching. There's the party score, and we'll see you next time.